Yes. See, what happened is China from 1947 to 1953, it has named this region. Can you see this line, blue color line? This is initially referred as 11 dash line. Kindly note it, very important. In UPSC preliminary examination, we can expect some questions related to this. What do you understand by 11 dash line? So, but today if you see, it is no more called as 11 dash line. It is referred as 9 dash line now. Now the new name is 9 dash line. This we are calling from the year 1953. From the year 1953, we have been naming this area which China is claiming to the east of its area. Is it clear? The maritime area to the east of China, that is in the South China Sea, to the east of its region, it is collectively referring those region as part of China's territory. Is it clear? So, and first the name is 11 dash line till 1953, now it is 9 dash line. And what is the problem is, what China is saying is, the areas which are coming under 9 dash line, it comes under its exclusive economic zone of China. What is exclusive economic zone? We have already covered this in current affairs class. What is it? From a coastal area. For example, if you take India, from first we have something called territorial sea. Yes, first is territorial sea. Then what do you have next? Contiguous zone. Yes, contiguous zone. That is for how much distance? Contiguous zone is for 12 nautical miles. From the coastal area to here it is 24. Then next area is exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone, it extends up to a distance of 200 kilometers. Yes, 200, sorry, not nautical miles, 200 nautical miles from the coastal area. Then after that comes is which one? IC. This we have already studied. Now kindly understand here, what China is claiming is from the coastal area, that is from its border, around almost up to 2000 kilometers it is claiming as part of its exclusive economic zone. And if you observe here, there are other countries like Malaysia, Philippines, and you have Indonesia here, and they are also claiming some regions of South China Sea because it comes in their, which one? Their exclusive economic zone. Is it or not? Will it come or not for Malaysia? Yes, up to some 200 kilometers if you calculate. Same for Philippines also, Indonesia also. So many of these countries are having disputes with which one? China, over the South China Sea dispute. Is it clear? Now what is happening is, China in the past, it has unilaterally, it has taken control over the South China Sea region, and here they have constructed artificial islands. Kindly write the name of this, all are very important, and UPSC has asked questions in main exam already on this topic. Is it clear? Then why again we are taking this topic is because again there is a chance for them to cover under preliminary examination. Is it fine? So they have constructed artificial islands which are referred as Spratly and then Parcel Islands. So they have constructed these islands, and in addition you have this Scarborough Shoal. Kindly write it. These two islands and this shoal. Shoal is again it is also a kind of island only. Here the other name for this island is Hugian Island. That is the name which is called by Philippines. Philippines is calling this Scarborough Shoal as Hugian Island, but China is calling that name as, it is calling it this region, this island as Scarborough Shoal. Kindly write it, all are important. Now what China is doing, that is in the first few years, it has taken control over the South China Sea region, where it has constructed artificial islands, and in these islands, it has stationed its submarines, defense equipments, nuclear power stations to generate electric power. Are you getting what I am saying? So China is trying to develop both military as well as civilian purposes, ports over these, facilities over these islands. Kindly write it. Again we have to connect it with string of pearls policy also, because it is located very near to the Malacca Strait. Can you locate Malacca Strait in your atlas? Between Malaysia and Indonesia, you have a very small narrow passage. Can you identify that? Malacca Strait. We have been referring this strait so many times in class. Yes. So Malaysia here you have, and between Malaysia and Indonesia it is present. Malacca Strait. Have you seen that? Have you located? Yes. Mark it, very, very important. Why this Malacca Strait is very important is because see in the world if you see, 1/3 of the global oil trade happens mainly through this Malacca Strait. Kindly write it. Roughly around 1/3 of oil trade. So most of the global ships actually passes through this region only, because it is connecting the Indian Ocean versus which one? Pacific Ocean. Can you see in the atlas? Atlas you did not bring a. How many of you are? Yes. So continue here. Yes. So this Scarborough Shoal. Now, what is the importance is this Scarborough Shoal is actually located almost like very near to Philippines. Now, what happened is this Philippines is actually claiming which one? This region. The name of the island is what is that I have said? They are calling it that is Hugian Island. They are calling it different name, but China is calling it as Scarborough Shoal. Now, here China has actually what it has done is once it has taken the control over the South China Sea region, it has actually blocked the entry of other countries to access this which one? Scarborough Shoal, which is an island which is in a form of lagoon. If you see this image, it will be very clear. Lagoon means what? It will be like you will be having only a small passage where this is the passage which is there. To enter this, this is the opening, and this particular it will be like an island which will be separated from which one? From the main water body. Is it clear? But to access that lagoon, you will be having a small passage. So now what China has done is in the passage they have kept a barrier. Why they have kept a barrier? And that barrier they say almost for 700 meters they have kept. And why they kept is reason is they don't want especially countries like Philippines to access this region, because this particular island is containing lot of fishing reserves as I said already, and they don't want these fishermen of Philippines to enter the particular island, that is Scarborough Shoal. And in the recent update in the last 1 week, what happened is Philippines what they did is they went and with the help of their navy, they actually unilaterally they removed the whatever blockages which has been kept by China, and now the situation is getting very tense. So we have to wait and watch what will be the update regarding the South China Sea dispute. Is it clear? So unilaterally on its part, it has went and disturbed, it has entered the area, it has removed all the blockages which can be which is blocking them to access the Scarborough Shoal or Hugian Island. That is why it was in news in the last 1 week. But UPSC will ask you questions regarding other areas like what is its importance for India? Why should India be concerned over something which happens in South Chinese Sea region? Is there anything? What do you feel? Is it relevant for India? Whatever happens in South China, is it relevant for India? Why? Huh? agree. Kindly write it. All these are important. The geopolitics revolve around this also, because Palestine is getting support from Sunni Muslim countries only today also. I will say that. But coming to Israel, Israel's the predominant people, they belong to Jews community. And when you come to Jews, you would have heard about incidences which happened in the World War. Is it or not? Yes. So these Jews were involved in, they have actually for a long period, they have actually living in which region? In the Middle East region only. This particular region, all the people were living, that is Jewish people, and then we have Sunni Muslim people. They were living together for in the historic past. Later what happened is, some of the people, they have migrated for economic and other opportunities to European countries. So some of them settled in Europe, some in USA. And what happened is, they got affected by the two world wars which were fought in the world. One is 1914 to 18, another is 1939 to 1945. But what we should understand is, this region, full complete region, what we call as Israel, it was previously a part of Ottoman Empire. What is Ottoman Empire? Part of Turkey. Today's Turkey, we call them as Ottoman Empire. It was part of their territory only. Later what happened is, it was actually colonized. Even the whole Middle East region here, what you are seeing, has been colonized by only two countries. That is Britain and France. Color white. Color. Okay. So it was colonized by only two countries. What are they? Britain and France. Is it clear? And Britain was colonizing this particular territory which we call today as Israel and Palestine. It was colonized by Britain, and other colony was the one who was practicing, that is France. So these are the two countries which were having control in the Middle East region in the past. And now what happened is, after that is Second World War, when 1939 to 1945, you know very well, here during this time period only, Hitler attacked the Jewish community on a larger scale. That is what we call as Holocaust. Holocaust. What is the meaning of this Holocaust? Mass killing. Yes. And this mass killing can also be paralleled with something which happened in India, and that was my interview question in the last interview when I went in UPSC. I am a geography optional student, but they took me something to history, that too not normal history, world history. First they asked about Congress Socialistic Party, Jai Prakash Narayanan. I was remembering the year and all, but I said those things. Later they ended up to this Jewish issue. So they told why Hitler is particularly, which one? Particularly why he was angry on Jewish community. That was a question to me. I could not answer exactly what he had in his mind. I was giving some reasons, but he was not happy. That one question I feel would have been answered. Yes, what do you feel? What is the reason why Hitler attacked only Jewish community? See, even Albert Einstein, most of the scientists whom you would have heard, they all belong to which one? Majorly they belong to Jewish community, and they were educated, and they are much intellectual compared to others. In addition to that, Hitler believed that the major reason in the First World War why the Germany along with Austria-Hungary, yes, those were the which one? Allied powers, allied central powers. We have two powers in which one? In First World War. In the First World War, the main reason Hitler thought why Germany lost the First World War is because of the Jews, he thought. And that is the reason in the Second World War, like during that time period, Hitler started attacking on this community, and he has done mass killing of them. That is referred as Holocaust. It's comparable with something which happened in India. Where it happened? That is in Kashmir, that is Kashmiri Pandits. That question, the person who asked me in UPSC interview also looking like a Kashmiri Pandit only. So his personal issue he might have been affected. So for that he came and he spoiled our interview time. So, but anyhow, you as a civil service aspirant, you should have awareness about, you should not be in a situation to say, don't know about any issue. You should at least have an idea to comment on the issue. That much is enough to actually like, and if you have a good clarity, that is going to be beneficial for you. Is it clear? Now coming here, this particular, that is after the Second World War, when Hitler started attacking, most of the Jewish people were forced to move out of Europe. Is it clear? And the immediate point which they were looking for is their homeland, which they consider is, which one? That is Israel, in the name of Israel. But Israel was not the name till then. But what happened is, after the Second World War got over, in 1947, the Israel state today, if you are seeing, no, it has been created, and the actual responsibility was lying with which colonial power? Britain or France? Britain was only having the actual, that is the decision to, to transfer these Jews or to give them an independent state, which they have been claiming for a long time. So Britain want to support the interest of Jews community, and they promised them, if the Jews were cooperating with the, which one? In the Second World War, they will be getting an independent homeland, which they are asking for. Is it clear? This was the promise which was given by Britain in 1947, and in 1947, but what Britain did is, it don't want to take this responsibility, so it has given this responsibility to United Nations. Is it clear? United Nations was given this responsibility, and United Nations, when it wanted to demarcate this territory, which was called as Ottoman Empire, so they wanted to rename this territory, and they wanted to allot this particular area into at least two bifurcation is required, one for Palestinian people, another for whom? Israeli people. That is the minimum thing. So what happened is, just look at the map. Yes, so this is Gaza. So what they have created is, for the Palestinian people, they have allotted three areas within the Israel. One is Gaza, second is we have Jerusalem, and third is they have allotted something here called Northern City. Kindly write it separately because today we don't have Northern City. It has been occupied by Israel. Yes, I will come to that. Israel, their population is very less, but the way they are defending their territory even today, it's an actually, you can take it as an inspiration how a country should defend its people, its territory, because soon after Israel was created in which year? 1947. Next year 1948 only, a war, that is the first Arab-Israeli war. So first, so I will write it separately. I will come to this diagram. So first happened is first Arab-Israeli war. This happened in 1948. So immediately, because this particular area has been dominated by Arab people, is it or not? And most of them belong to Sunni Muslim category. Who are the Sunni Muslim countries who are there? Saudi Arabia. Can you see Saudi Arabia, UAE? Yes, these countries, they actually vocally or very boldly or openly, they support the voice of Palestinian people. Is it clear? And Israel, during that time in 1948 war, in that time period, it was waging a war. So at that time, what was the territory which was given? They have Gaza. We call this as Gaza Strip, and this particular area is referred as West Bank, but it is located east. Kindly remember. And we have Northern City. So this was the status. This was the status when in the time when Israel is born in 1947. But in 1948 war, Palestinians fought a battle with Israeli people. But after this war, if you see, Palestinian, that is Israeli people have taken control over majority of these areas. Is it clear? Majority of the areas means within West Bank nearby you have, that is Jerusalem. Kindly write it, Jerusalem. And this is considered to be the holy point of who are they? That is for Christians, Muslims, and then you have Jews. For all these people, the holy point is located in where? In a single place, that is Jerusalem, in the city of Jerusalem. Yes. So Muslims, it is Al-Aqsa. What is that? Al-Aqsa. One mosque is there. And Christians, Jesus is birthplace. What is that? Jerusalem. In what way it is connected? Christians is also, it is holy place. Many Christians, they visit this. That is for Muslims after Mecca, Medina, third place is Jerusalem. And Jews also, they have some wall actually, which they consider it to be sacred and holy, which Jews need to worship. So for them also there is a point connection here. So all these three people, they wanted to control the city of Jerusalem, which is located in West Bank. Is it clear? Now after the war, Jerusalem has been took control by Israel, and even they have taken control of the northern city. Northern city after the 1948 war, who lost it? It is the Palestinian. Israel was able to expand its territory. See, already Israeli people were having all this region. Only Palestine was having smaller areas. What are they? Gaza Strip, West Bank and northern city. In that, northern city has been taken over completely by whom? The Israelis at the end of the war. In addition to that, they have to control over the Jerusalem also. Is it fine? Now, after this, later, there was second Arab-Israeli war. Second Arab-Israeli war in 1956, but this time this war was not fought for the territories here, but rather this war was focused on, go to the map, it is related to Suez Canal. Can you look at Suez Canal? Yes? So, it is related to Suez Canal crisis. Suez Canal crisis or Suez Canal crisis. Why? See, the European countries are connected to the countries like India. Mainly they do trade along the narrow passage of Suez Canal. Is it clear? And this Suez Canal is located in Egypt. There is a peninsula called as Sinai Peninsula. Kindly write it. Very, very important. Sinai Peninsula. Can you see in the atlas? Where Suez Canal is located, there is a separate, like from Egypt, there is a separate land. It's like an island. Sinai Peninsula is an island only. It is in this island only we are having Suez Canal nearby that. Is it clear? What actually Egypt did is, Egypt is the one who is having control over this Sinai Peninsula, but Egypt during that time in 1956, what it did is, it taken decision to nationalize the Suez Canal. What is the meaning? Government is taking the support. That is good. Government is trying to control this, which one? This Suez Canal route, and this is also comparable to which one? Malacca Strait I said. Again, it is a very narrow passage where ships has to pass. If that is getting blocked means, then it will create huge problem for the European countries, because their trade is dependent on which route? This particular route. Is it clear? So regarding that, a war was fought where Israel also participated. That is referred as Second Arab-Israel War. Is it clear? And at the end of this war, what happened is, again, Israel, they took control over the Sinai Peninsula. And one more thing we also have is something called as Golan Heights. Just go to that Israel map. Near the Israel, Syria and then Jordan border, you have an area called as Golan Heights. It's already UPSC preliminary question. Already it's an UPSC preliminary question they have asked in the past. So there is no surprise if they ask you again. Is it clear? They will usually repeat the preliminary questions. From the past question bank, UPSC has lot of times they have asked and repeated the same question, provided it is relevant today. In that way, we can expect questions on Golan Heights also. So Golan Heights is actually disputed by 3 countries. Can you see that? Who are they? Borders: Israel, Syria, Lebanon. Lebanon, not Jordan, Lebanon. Israel, Jordan is also there. Yes. So all those countries, they have territorial claims over Golan Heights. Yes. So this is Second Arab-Israel War, and after that, then we also had the Third Arab-Israel War. Third Arab-Israeli War. Yes. So this is around 1967. Around this time, Third Arab-Israel War was fought. So at the end of this war, almost like Israeli, they took actually control over Golan Heights and then northern city and then they also already took Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, and they have also taken control over, that is West Bank's this city, that is Jerusalem city. Is it clear? All this has been taken control. When? That is by the end of, that is just in the 20 years from independence, Israel's independence, they were able to continuously wage a war and make sure that they were able to protect their territory, and they also had good advantage. Why Israel is always coming out with, they are able to come successfully in this war scenario is because Israeli people, they have actually trained all the people of the Israel, they will be compulsorily given military training. Is it clear? So they have been fed that they need to protect their homeland. That is the one of the best thing which these Israeli people were looking for a long period. Once they got it from UN, a separate state for them, they started protecting their rights and they waged a series of war. Yes. And in addition to that, if you see today what is the condition, and even after the war, what has been done is, kindly write it, we have West Bank, and this is actually referred as, here we have something called as Palestinian Liberation Organization. Palestinian Liberation Organization, that is the name which Palestine wants to call, but Israel will call them by the name Palestinian Authority. It is like a self-government. I will come to that point. And we also have Hamas. That is this particular area is called as Gaza Strip, and this Gaza Strip is controlled by a terrorist organization. It is called as Hamas. Kindly write it. It is a terrorist organization. Who said that? It is by 2006. It was founded in 1987 only, Hamas organization. But why they have been given the terrorist, why they have been called as terrorist is because this Hamas main objective is that they wanted to launch series of rocket attacks against whom? Against the Israeli people, and to kill them and to wipe out the Israeli people from their territory and move them towards the sea or bury them under the sea. This is their basic objective of the Hamas Foundation. And when it was founded, it was not classified as terrorist organization. Only after that, when they engaged in lot of rocket attacks, is it clear? That is when they have been classified as terrorist organization. Now, so today also this Gaza Strip is actually controlled by Hamas organization, and they have been getting funds, lot of funds and support, mainly from which are the countries? UAE, Saudi Arabia, and even that is Russia. Is it clear? Because Israel is supported by USA. USA supports the Israelis. So the other side is supported by even India's stand. If you see, when it comes to Palestinian issue, we are actually supporting the formation of an independent Palestinian state only. Is it clear? But we have given various points even in the recent meeting, but the idea behind the basic objective is we support a peaceful and independent Palestinian territory. That is what UN has created. Is it clear? That is what India's stand is. But India is also having very good defense and security relationship when it comes to Israel. Is it clear? So this is something which is happening. And what is the very recent update? That is 2 days back. What has happened is, again Hamas started launching rockets, that is over these Israeli areas. But this time the problem is not just related to this, it's also related to, see here, Jerusalem is located here. Jerusalem, near to Jerusalem there is an area which is called as Sheikh Harira. That is, I will just give the spelling here only. Yes, Sheikh Jarrah, not Harira. Just write this, Sheikh, S-H-E-I-K-J-A-R-R-H, Sheikh Jarrah. That is, this recent rocket attack which has happened is related to this incident. See here, to understand this, I will what happened is, for a long period of time, initially Jews and that is the Sunni Muslims, Palestinian people, they were living together where in this united land in the Ottoman Empire. But later there were some of these Jews when they migrated to where they went to Europe and other countries. Later when they came back to their homeland, when it was created in 1947, when they came back to their territory, see these Jewish people had their ancestral property rights. Is it clear? So when they came back, they were having property rights of the region. This Sheikh Jarrah region is located very, very near to Jerusalem. Is it clear? Now what happened is, when this Israel and Palestinian state was created, during that time period only, this West Bank was given to which one? Palestinian. Is it clear? But later in the war, Israel has taken control over Jerusalem and neighboring areas, and in that time period, some of the Palestinian people who are in the refugees in the war, they wanted to settle where? In the Sheikh Jarrah region. Is it clear? During that time period, when they were engaged in war, they actually approached the court, and even UN also supported. That is UN Refugees Commission. UN Refugee Commission has supported, and they were funded for the people, because these people were affected by war, and they were around some 25 to 28 families only, very small family, but this small population, they need to be settled. For that they needed housing and other facilities, which were funded by United Nations Refugee Organization only, and they were staying there for almost like now 40-50 years over. But now what is the issue is, the people of, that is Israeli people, they are saying that whatever area these 28 families are living, they belong to, that property belongs to their ancestors, that is Jewish ancestors, and these people don't have any right to that is reside over there. Is it clear? This is the issue which has started very recently, and it has been taken to the Israeli Supreme Court, where Israeli Supreme Court, what it has told is, when it looked into the documents which has been submitted by those people who are from Israel who claim this Sheikh Jarrah region, they went to the documents and it was considered to be legitimate. Is it clear? So the thing is, it's very clear that particular area belongs to Jewish people only. But to solve this problem, what the Israeli Supreme Court has asked that is these Palestinian families who are staying there is, see, they have been staying there for a long period of time, and they also have some rights to stay over there. Is it clear? And what the Israeli Supreme Court has said is, see, you can stay, but make sure that you pay some rent to the, which one? To the people who are claiming that is your property. That is a Jewish people. But Palestinian people, families who are living there, they don't want to pay any rent, and they consider it is their right to stay over there. Because of this, now what happened is, Hamas organization has started launching, that is rockets, series of fire rockets has been launched into the Israel, very deep into the territory. Is it clear? And lot of casualties might be expected in this war. Already some 48-50 people have died in the rocket, that is fire rockets, which has been launched by Hamas, and they get high funding and support from neighboring Sunni Muslim countries. That is why they are very seriously engaged in the war-like scenario. Now, one more thing what you should understand is, here that is Israeli people to control, that is to control or to avoid the flow of, because now what happened is, all the times when war-like scenario is engaged between Israel and Palestine, lot of people, they fled into the territory. Is it clear? Israeli territory. And to make sure that, and in addition to that, what these Palestinian people are doing in West Bank is, because during this, whenever a war-like scenario is erupting between them, many of them are actually engaging in suicide bombing. What is suicide bombing? They just go and they will what to say, they will do the suicide bombing attack, where lot of innocent Israeli people will die. And to avoid these suicide bombers entering the Israel territory, Israel has constructed a wall. A wall has been constructed along which one? Along this region where they have been given the West Bank. But while constructing the wall, Israel did not construct it properly. They have actually taken some land areas also in that while constructing the wall, and that is also one dispute which is prevailing. So overall, it is a very complex problem. Even today, if you see, that is there are many countries who wanted to negotiate peace settlement between them. And if you look at the earliest point, it is 1993. We have something called as Oslo Accords. Kindly write it, very, very important. So this is a one kind of peace treaty or agreement where Norwegian government has interfered and they wanted to settle this Israel-Palestine issue peacefully. So how they do? See, either one thing is Israel should accept the coexistence of which one? Palestine within their territory. Is it clear? Only then this problem will be solved. And Palestine should also recognize Israel's territory. But the problem today is Israel it is not recognizing Palestine. Is it clear? That is the Palestinian territory as a separate country or separate state which they wanted to claim. Rather, as per this Oslo Accords, what is the condition today is Israel has recognized the existence of Palestine. Is it clear? And what they did is they have named that as Palestinian Authority, where a self-government will be exercised. What do you mean by self-government? Autonomy. See, Palestinian people can rule themselves. Is it clear? Because those people are majority here. So you can rule among yourself, but you come under the control of whom? Israel. Is it clear? Even today, the parts of West Bank and majorly the parts of West Bank has been under control by Israel. Israel is the one who is engaged in maintaining law and order in West Bank territory. Is it clear? But within Palestine, they have recognized the existence of a Palestinian government who can be elected through democratic free elections by the Palestinian people only, and there is a government which is running and it has some autonomy and power. Is it clear? This has been in practice after the Oslo Accords of 1993. So today also Palestine is having some observer status in UN. Yes, United Nations, it is having an observer status. It is still fighting for its recognition of its rights, but Hamas on the other side, they are actually a bit very violent, and so this particular problem has serious geopolitical conflicts also. Why? Because see, one side Israel is supported by USA. Why USA is interested in Israel? Why? Remaining countries you would have understood why they, that is why UAE, Saudi Arabia is coming. It is because they are Sunni Muslim country, they are coming and supporting. And why India is supporting Palestine? Because India feels that a peaceful coexistence that is based on UN, they only has created the Israel and Palestine as separate territory, and the right of autonomy should be protected. That is the right to form a separate state or existence should be protected as per India. So we support that. But why USA is supporting Israel? See, the problem is in case of USA, a lot of media and a lot of Jewish people have settled in USA also, and many of them work in the media and scientists and other domains, and they contribute economically well for the welfare of their country. Is it clear? And what USA is very much concerned is, if somebody is not supporting Israel, that is any president who is coming in USA or any party, if they don't support USA, that is Israel means, then it is very difficult for them to win the elections over there domestically. Why? Because the media has been dominated by Israeli people. So for that purpose, Israel always gets the support of USA. Is it clear? So other than that, they don't listen to anyone. Is it clear? They have also their separate, they are very good at defense equipment, radar technology, and India has imported from them a lot in the past. Even today also, Israel is very closer to India also. But at the same time, India wants to make sure that the peaceful existence of Palestine should be guaranteed. Is it fine? Are you able to understand? Yes, still a lot are there. I have not traveled into the 3 wars, and one more war is there. But I don't want to go into that. UPSC will not go and ask that. It's for your understanding. But the main purpose is, what you should understand is, that is the current map today. So current map today is, we have the Gaza Strip, which is controlled by which one? Hamas. And here this is controlled by Palestinian Authority. And Jerusalem city has been taken over control by Israel, and nearby Jerusalem only we have discussed one more area. What is it? Sheikh Jarrah. Is it clear? That is a recent dispute, and in this dispute also, because of this, now Hamas have engaged in firing the rockets into the Israel's territory. So this is something which is happening in Israel. So kindly remember, this is Golan Heights. Mark the Sea of Galilee. UPSC lot of times I've asked map based questions from this territory only. So just try to draw this separately in your notes and try to remember it. Who are the countries who are bordering Israel? That can also be asked in exam. Is it clear? So be very sure. And who are the countries who are having that is maritime border with Mediterranean Sea? That can also be one possible question. See that, is Jordan is sharing? No. Yes? Jordan is sharing its maritime border? No, right? See that it's a landlocked country. Which is the only landlocked country in that region? See that? Jordan. Mark it. Very, very important. UPSC has already asked map based questions so many times in this region, because this always comes in news periodically. Now this year it will be fully in news now. Rocket has launched, so it is very difficult to stop the war now. Israel is also, because Israel's casualty is more. So on Israel's territory, 48 people have died now, 48, 50 people. So it will surely fight this war. It is not going to live, because it is having better technology, better potential, and it has proven so many times. Is it or not? In all the major of the wars, only Israel was able to win the war. So Palestinians has to come out with better, what to say, they need to find a proper peaceful negotiation to this issue. It is not the war which is going to solve this issue. Both the countries, they have rights to stay over this particular holy land of Jerusalem. That's one thing we should make sure. Yes, next topic. We'll go to hate speech. Hate speech. Yes. So what is hate speech? Hate speech means, we should know what is, like law commission defines a hate speech in a particular manner. How law commissions defines means, it is a speech which is conveyed and it is creating angry or incitement of violence. Any speech which is done to create incitement of dispute. What do you mean by incitement? Incitement means what? It is like poking someone. Is it clear? So just by listen to their speech, you will feel like that you will feel connected to them. They might be feeling what to say. They might be feeling. They might be, most of the times this RSS has been engaged in that. Is it or not? Speaking wrongly about some other religion, and people who get attached to that, they will engage in that violence. That's what happened in UP. Gar Vapsi movement. People should not eat beef. Have you seen 2 years back? No, that incident happened in UP. What they did is, people whoever has bought beef or kept beef, they went entered their house, and many of them has been attacked. Just because, see, in India, in fundamental rights, people have the right to, which one? Right to life and liberty is there under Article 21, and every Indian citizen have the right to eat what they want to do. Is it clear? That freedom is also guaranteed in our constitution, and nobody can dictate what you should eat. And in Gar Vapsi movement, that is what happened. That is anti-cow slaughter campaign. Now coming to this, so any incitement, that is like instigating someone or making them to do what they will do, that is which is creating violence. So incitement, which any incitement or instigating some people through your speeches to create violence, and that violence will be created based on gender and based on sexual orientation, based on religious beliefs. Is it clear? For due to these reasons, if a violence has been instigated, then that is referred as hate speech. Is it clear? Why we are discussing this is because recently a report has been tabled by an NGO which is referred as ADR, Association of Democratic Reforms, and another one NGO is there, Election Watch. Both of them, they have jointly collaborated and did a project, a research survey, where they have told that in our Indian Parliament, almost 107 MPs in India and MLAs in India, they have engaged in hate speech in the past. Is it clear? So that is something, because this is having very serious implications, because it will disturb our peace, law and order situation in India. That is why we need to be concerned. And second, if they engage in it, they can be booked under criminal offense. That also conveys that many of them are criminals. Yes, we know very well most of the parliamentarians in India, they have lot of criminal background. So that is also one problem which we need to be bothered about, because this is not just they have the criminal speech. See, you go and talk badly about a religion, FIR can be filed upon you, and that you can be booked. Is it clear? And criminal, it is a criminal case, not civil case. Once you are booked, you have various restrictions. That particular person will not be given opportunity to stand for elections also. We have such a system in India now. But even then, people engage periodically in this hate speech. Yes. So with respect to hate speech, let's try to understand what are the various legal provisions we are having, because I am expecting this question only from mains perspective. Kindly understand, in prelims they will not ask you what is hate speech. Is it clear what I am saying? This question can be expected only from mains examination, GS paper 2 perspective. GS paper 2. Yes. So we need to see what are the various legal provisions we have with respect to hate speech. That can be the possible question in polity segment, GS paper 2. Is it clear? See, you have studied in fundamental rights, that is article 19(1)(a). What does it says? That is the freedom of speech and expression. See, that we are guaranteeing it. Anybody can speak. Yes, but does not mean whatever you think you can speak. Is it clear? That is why we have also called another article, article 19(2), where we have given reasonable restrictions. And what are the various restrictions which has been given for controlling the freedom of speech, and what reasons you can restrict the freedom of speech? To protect the sovereignty. If you want to write, you will be reading again in polity. Just listen to that, because in Lakshmikant it would have been given, even in your NCERT 11th standard it is clearly given. Reasonable restrictions can be done whenever the sovereignty of India is in danger, security of India is in danger, public order is in danger, morality, dignity of the nation is in danger. At those points you can restrict the fundamental rights. Is it clear? Which fundamental right? The freedom, the right to freely speak and express your thoughts can be restricted if you speak something which is against the security of the state. Is it clear? So there are so many. This is one thing which we have ensured. Second, we have also ensured in Indian Penal Code. Indian Penal Code, we have, that is sections. So various sections are there which deals about punishing the people who are actually involved in engaging in that is which one? Hate speech. That is, we have section 153A and that is 153. We will see that I have the PPT. Yes, write this. Write only 153A, 153B. Write these three IPC, 153A. So 295A, and then we have 505. That is 153A, 153B, and then we have section 295A, and then we have section 505(1). See, it is not that you need to remember all the things what we are writing. Just try to remember some things which you can that is, take it to the exam hall. In the three provisions, at least if you remember one or two, it's fine. It doesn't mean you need to remember all the provisions what we are saying. With respect to hate speech, any questions come, if you write this IPC provision and constitutional provision, your answers will be comparatively better over your competitors, rather than just saying what the law commission says or how the examples in India, how they are doing. If you give the legal provisions very clearly, you are in a better state. Is it clear? So what we are doing under section 153A, 153B is that here it has been clearly mentioned. Write it there only. So here we are penalizing the people who are engaged in hate speech. So we are giving punishments. It has been mentioned. The punishments has been mentioned in section 153A and 153B. Anybody who is engaged in hate speech, punishment is prescribed. Then what is 295A? Here somebody who is making hate speech on religious lines. What is this? So it is along like creating a dispute, religious dispute, or religious lines. Somebody is creating an outrage or hate speech. They can be punishable under section 295A. It's very clear under this. And we also have sections 505(1) and 505(2). Here what they discuss is anything, something, if you are circulating a content, because see, you would have got a WhatsApp message, you would have forwarded it, but that message would have created hate speech or hatred feeling among some religious sentiments. Is it clear what I am saying? You see, you would have got some social media message. If you forward it also, if that particular message is going and creating an impact in society of violence, then those persons can be booked under section 505(1) and 505(2). That is circulating the content. Here what is important? Somebody who is engaging in circulating the content, they can be punishable. Yes, so these provisions we have under Constitution and under Indian Penal Code. So anybody who is engaging in India, serious restrictions are there. Not only here, we also have RPA. What is RPA? Representation of People Act 1951. So this is something which we have created to regulate which one? Elections in India, Representation of People Act. Under that we have section 8, and then we also have section, we'll see here, 123 3A and 125. Write this, section 123 3A and section 125. Section 8 and section 123A and 125. Section 123 3A and 125. See, what is section 8 is all about? You are somebody who is engaged in hate speech, you are preventing them from participating in election. That is section 8. And what is section 123 3A and section 125 is all about is, see, those persons who are engaged in hate speech in elections, they can be they can be prevented, and that particular practice is referred as corrupt electoral practices. So what is corrupt electoral practices? Somebody who is using the medium of religion, caste, gender, yes, to instigate the people, to incite the people. They can be classified as engaging in corrupt election practices, and those persons can be barred from contesting election. That is the main point. So we have legal provision. First what we have discussed is constitutional provision. Then we have discussed about legal provision. Now this is about statutory, that is law, through law how we are regulating it. And in addition to that, we also have SCs and STs, that is Prevention of Atrocities Act. Atrocities Act 1989. Is it clear? What is this SCs and STs Prevention of Atrocities Act? Anybody who is engaged in which one? What they will do? If you are discriminating a person in SCs and STs, then those persons can be booked, can be punishable under the that is SCs and STs Atrocities Act. And we also have Protection of Civil Rights Act. This you would have studied in polity. Remember? Remember or not? Article 17. What is Article 17? Untouchability. So it is like anybody who is preaching untouchability, or you are justifying the untouchability, or if you are practicing untouchability, then you can be punishable under the Protection of Civil Rights Act. And this is absolute right. Absolute right means what? Constitution does not give any exemption. Is it clear? Kindly remember that Article 17 is an absolute right, no exemptions. Anybody who does that, they can be booked under this act. Is it clear? So these are the provisions we have for the people who are engaged in hate speech. See, what are the things? First thing, generally give an overview. Don't remember the number, which you can do later. What we are trying to do, we are trying to bar them from contesting elections. Yes, and we are trying to, what are the other things we are doing under these various constitutional provisions? We are restricting the rights to be reasonable. Reasonably, we are restricting it. And then in IPC, what we are doing? What we are doing here? Section 143A, 153A, 153B, we are trying to prevent people from which one? That is somebody who is practicing hate speech, we are giving punishment to them. Is it clear? Section 295A is all about religious, somebody who is using religion as a tool to create violence, to do hate speech. Those will be booked under 295A. And 505, 1 and 2, it's about somebody who is circulating the content which is having potential to create violence in society. Is it clear? So we are trying to regulate this with the help of this, but still we have some Supreme Court judgments. Kindly write it. That is Supreme Court judgments related to hate speech. See, the famous judgments you need to remember, that is Shreya Shingal case. Shreya Shingal case versus Union of India, that is 2015. This is a famous case which is concerned about hate speech, because here they have talked about something called as, that is section 66A of IT Act 2000. 66A, that is Information Technology Act. See, whatever content you are posting on social media, that will be regulated under this act, Information Technology Act. And this particular case was revolving around that. Is it clear? Somebody who is spreading news in social media, who and all can be classified as hate speech, who should not be. This clarity was given in a Supreme Court judgment in Shreya Shingal case. Is it clear? See, in the social media, if somebody is engaged in doing discussion, you are circulating a content or you are just doing a discussion. Second, you can do advocacy. And then you can do incitement. Three things are there. Three things are there. Here, what are the things which are allowed? You can do in social media. That is, you can discuss. You can discuss. This is guaranteed under Shreya Shingal case. And second, advocacy. What is advocacy? It is like support. Somebody is telling, you are going and doing like. Is it clear? That is a support you are conveying to them. You might be having the same opinion what the person is saying. So, engaging in discussion and support is actually allowed under which one? Shreya Shingal case. Which is not allowed is only incitement, because this is dangerous. Because incitement, what they will do? They will go and provoke somebody to engage in violence. Is it clear? So, this is not allowed. Is it fine? Now, can you give me some solutions for this hate speech or way forward? What we can do? What should be done? We should educate our parliamentarians. Yes, for that they have to first get a degree. Yes, they have to clear their criminal backgrounds. Then only they will have the sense of responsibility. So we have to create awareness among the people. People should have awareness. Why do you elect them? First of all, you know they are engaged in hate speech. They are using narrow-mindedly religion, gender, sexual orientation, all this as a tool to create violence, and they wanted to get the vote bank. Is it clear? So people should first have an awareness about whom they wanted to elect. That is one thing. Second, what can be done? The punishment should be made implementable. Is it clear? And the cases which they are booked under, it has to be given very, fast track court. Those judgments should be taken under fast track court. That is when these people will realize the, the harmfulness involved in engaging in hate speech. Is it clear? Yes. So next topic. Next what we can go? Next what and all we have given? Hate speech, then? What is that? Cloud, that glacial, tell me the topic. Glacial, lake, outburst, flood. This is a recent incident which happened in Sikkim. Yes, what is that lake? Anybody remember? It is South Lonak Lake. South Lonak Lake in Sikkim. This is the lake which has bursted very recently. So huge catastrophe has happened in Sikkim now. It has created a lot of floods. Yes. So what are the first, before going into the causes of glacial lake outburst flood, what is glacial lake outburst first of all? It is nothing but sudden and this is sudden and that is fast catastrophic event, sudden and catastrophic event. Catastrophic event. Why it is sudden and fast means because it is very difficult to predict when the lake will get burst. So usually it will be sudden only, and whenever it is sudden and catastrophically it is bursting means what will happen? It will create a huge catastrophe and it will affect the properties, humanities and the where? In the downstream. You know already the meaning of upstream and downstream. So we will get affected. The downstream people's properties, biodiversity will be affected. So usually it will be a sudden and catastrophic event. This is called glacial lake outburst flood. Is it clear? Now what is happening is, Sikkim, yes, Sikkim is here. See, this particular lake which has now bursted out in where? In case of Sikkim, it is located somewhere roughly around 5,200 meters above the sea level. Is it clear? Because it's part of Himalayas. Is it or not? Himalayas mountains are high range mountains. And one more important thing is most of these Himalayans are in glacial state because it is at a very high temperature, so sub-freezing temperature where lakes are in frozen state. Is it clear? Now what is the problem with these lakes is, see, the glacial lakes are actually different from other lakes. In what manner means, what is the ground level? Usually the glacial lakes will be made up of, you would have studied in geography a term called as moraines. Remember? What is moraine? Something I know, sir. This word I know, but don't ask the meaning. Yes? Moraine means it is a mix of clay, silt and some pebbles also. The mix of all this will be there, but this will be mixed with glaciers. It is a glacial deposit. Basically, it is a glacial deposit, but it will contain mix of silt and clay, and in addition to glacial, that is ice. Ice will be deposited. So normally if you see other lakes, you will be having a permanent layer of thickness of sand and clay, but here it won't be there. Is it clear? So what they say is the base will be bit unstable. Why unstable? Because it is not having a permanent layer. They are made up of moraines, and so they will be having a strength which is comparatively very less compared to other areas, other lakes. That is one thing, one uniqueness of this glacial lake. Second, what is happening is, see here in case of all the lakes, glacial lakes, now the world is witnessing more which one? Climatic change event. Climatic change event. What is happening in climatic change? I have already discussed a lot about this. Global warming. Yes, because of the more emissions of carbon dioxide, what is happening? Temperatures of the world has been increasing, and we are trying to cut down it by 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius as per Paris Agreement. Is it or not? That we are trying to do. But still, the world is now facing climatic change effects where extreme events are very common. Extreme events means what? Extreme flood or extreme drought. This is getting very common, and because of global warming and increase in temperature, what is the immediate impact is the glaciers across the world are melting. Go to Atlas first, Fadafat. In South America, can you locate Andes mountain? Andes mountain. See, these are some of the glacial mountains of the world which are facing threats of climatic change. So kindly mark it. South America, you will be having Andes, comparable to Himalayas actually. Andes, can you locate Andes? Mark it in the atlas. South America. Where is South America? Huh? Many are searching where is South America. Others kindly bring atlas. Huh? Next class onwards bring atlas, because without atlas It's difficult. Because every year in prelims they will be asking you 3 to 5 questions from map based segment. That is the reason we wanted you to cover that parallelly as part of current affairs class. Separately if you want to study Andes, you will not get interest to study. You will not turn even India map fully. Where comes the question of going to South America? Located, can you point out Andes, very big mountain? Yes, mark it up. That is also vulnerable to climatic change. And in case of Switzerland, can you locate Alps mountains? Go to that. Switzerland Alps. Yes, very famous, what to say, tourist spot. Yes, many people prefer to go to Switzerland, right, for its weather. In that, this particular region is very famous, Alps mountain region. Yes, can you look at Alps mountain? There, Europe, Switzerland, Alps. Kindly mark it. Are you able to locate? Yes. So those, that is Andes, Himalayas, Alps, all these mountains are also affecting, are getting threatened by the events of climatic change. Is it clear? And now Himalayas is no different from that. We are also facing continuously, we know already this South Lonak Lake is actually already, it is continuously, what is happening is, it is continuously expanding. Why expanding? See, in the last 1-2 years, we already know this particular lake which is, particular lake which is located in Sikkim, it is continuously expanding. What is the meaning of expanding? Huh? See, ice when it melts, it will expand or it will contract? Expand. Now, because of global warming, it is expanding. This lake is expanding continuously in the last 1 or 2 years. And second, the basement of the lake is also very weak because it is made up of moraine. Is it clear? Now, whenever any kind of small disturbance, like what you can say, earthquake, and then cloud burst, or you can say any kind of heavy rainfall, yes, landslide, or any kind of avalanche. What is avalanche? Mass movement of ice is referred as avalanche. Is it clear? So any kind of these kind of activities can, which one? They can cause glacial lake outburst, and that is what happened in case of Sikkim also, because for a long period of time in the last 1-2 years, we know very well this lake is expanding. But now what happened is, why now it has bursted means, what scientists are saying is, it is because of a movement of a avalanche, that is, a ice has fallen from this Himalayan mountain. See, from this mountain a block of ice has fallen on the lake. Already the lake is in its fullest capacity, it has expanded, and any small disturbance here will actually make the lake to burst, and that is what happened in Sikkim this year, because there was a fall of avalanche. Means what? A mass movement of ice has fallen on the Lonak Lake, because this Lonak Lake is located in the high Himalayan mountain above 5,000 meters sea level. Is it clear? And that is why this lake has bursted now in Sikkim, and it has created huge catastrophe. It has affected that is settlement, people. Is it clear? Yes, so this has been happening in Sikkim. Now to tackle this, what we are doing? What can be done? See, we know very well this lake is bursting. To tackle it in future, what can India do?
Increasing
Afforestation. Yes? Okay. Then, but problem is all these are fragile areas and high mountainous region. See, beyond a point, it won't support lot of vegetation, because geography would have studied, as we move from low altitude to high altitude, what will happen? The biodiversity will increase or decrease? Biodiversity will decrease. So it is very difficult to, because the weather won't support. You will be getting, temperature will dip at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer. So that is one problem we have. Yes?
Carrying capacity so that we can reduce the developmental activities.
Carrying capacity, yeah.
Recently, government also has initiated committees to measure the carrying capacity of the hilly areas like Himalayas,
Okay.
states of Uttarakhand and all. So we can implement those kind of initiatives in these disaster prone areas so that we can reduce the developmental activities. So give time to recreation of
Afforestation activities. Okay, that is one thing you can do. And apart from that, what you can do is, say this, if this is the lake, now what you can do, you can make use of, that is the glacial lake monitoring can be done with the help of satellite images. Glacial lake monitoring, because you know very well India is having very good potential or capabilities in satellite technology. Now we have spent successfully our rockets to Chandrayaan 3, and our Aditya L mission is going to reach L1 point. Yes, reached or not? In the on the way, it's going to the journey. We have to wait again. This is also an important mission for ISRO. But recent update is China is saying that India has not landed on South Pole. I have already said they don't have any common sense of geographical knowledge. South Pole means up to which region? South Pole means which latitude? 0 degree, 30 degree, then you have 60 to 90 is polar regions. India has landed somewhere near 70 degree latitude. How can you say don't come under South Pole? And that too a Chinese scientist who doesn't have basic geographical knowledge is making a press just for the purpose of criticizing or commenting someone or catch the attention. You should not make illogical statements. Yes. So, but India has, see, you can say that India has not landed in 90 degree latitude, you say, I accept it. Don't say we have not touched the South Pole. India is saying we are the first country to land in South Pole successfully and second country to do that also. Why? Because we have tested it again now. So we are also the second country. Now anybody who wants to enter, they will be the third country only. Yes, first two position for India. So, but this particular climatic change impact, what we can do, make use of glacial lake monitoring using the satellite images. See, through satellite we can try to monitor. And one more thing, what we have to understand is there is one person called as, you would have seen this Three Idiots movie. How many of you have seen? In that final that Madhavan who acted in, what is his name? Okay, but like that one more person is here. He is called as Sonam Wangchuk. Same like him only. This person, what he has done is, see, he knows already, I told you already, no, this lake is last 1 to 2 years, it is in dangerous condition only. We know it is going to burst out. So what he did is, he created a small vent. Vent means what? A small pipe which is made up of high density polythene material. High density polythene material, that is pipe. The pipe is made up of high density polythene. And what he did is, he wanted to take the excess water in the lake, he wanted to drain it. Is it clear? Why he wanted to drain the excess water? Because this lake is going to, it's in a dangerous condition, the glaciers are melting and is continuously expanding. Is it clear? And in any case, any small disturbance, any flood or any earthquake, if it happens here, then the lake will burst and it will release lot of floods. We know that already. So for that purpose, this person, Sonam Wangchuk, he has done a project. What project he has done is, he has taken the help of Sikkim, that is Disaster Management Authority. Sikkim Disaster Management Authority. So with his help, what he has done is, he has constructed this pipe. The main idea of the pipe is to drain excess water from the lake. Is it clear? This has already been done, but even then, the way the ice has, the avalanche has fallen on this lake, it has created a huge catastrophe. Is it clear? It cannot be avoided. And second, this high density polythene project has to be, it should have taken lot of water. If it was able to drain more water, means the lake would have been saved, but we were unable to save it. Is it clear? So now in future what we have to do, we have to make use of satellites to predict these events, so that any dangerous condition should be forecasted. And what is the main problem is, you cannot give early warnings also. Can you give early warning? See, if a cyclone is coming, you can give. Is it clear? Why? Because we have the Indian Meteorological Department, our satellite technology, where you can take the images of Indian Ocean region, where cyclone has originated, at what speed it is going to come, at what time it will hit the coast, everything can be told with the help of satellite technology in India today. But when it comes to glacial lake outburst, you cannot have that much precision, because the moment something falls on the lake, it will immediately blast out. And when it will blast out, nobody knows that. So we require a lot of international cooperation here. We need to do a lot of glacial studies. Research and development needs to be improved in India. Is it clear? That also you can say in your answers. But this can be, this question if they want to ask you, they can ask you about, because in the South Luna Lake, South Lonak Lake, the river which passes here is the Teesta River. I am expecting some geography question from this topic, not the content behind this. Go to the, that is India map physical. Fadafat, fast. We need to study Teesta. Where is Teesta? Teesta is tributary of which river? No, va? Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is there, huh? Go to Brahmaputra, follow Brahmaputra river. See, Brahmaputra, it has its origin in, that is Mansarovar Lake, which is located in Tibet. And the moment it enters India, it is called as Dibang, and it has been joined by another river, that is, what is that? Lohit. Dibang and Lohit. And then once it enters, we have something called as Subansri, that is right bank tributary. Kindly remember, this is right bank tributary, this is left bank tributary. Why left? Just follow the river. If I stand in this, left hand side is which one? Yes, so this is Subansri, and you have Dhansri. Dhansri is there, huh? Then you have Manas, then you have Amo, then you have Teesta. Is it clear? And then it enters which one? Bangladesh, where it is called Jamuna, and then it is called Padmava. Before that, somebody joins that. Who is that? Huh? Ganga joins it. So it is called as Padma. Finally, it is Padma when it enters the Bay of Bengal. So we can expect some that is questions related to tributaries of Brahmaputra also from this glacial lake. Is it clear? UPSC can enter anywhere. Everybody will be concentrating on glacial lakes, moraines, all this. They will simply go pick up the Brahmaputra river, because already 2-3 times they have asked the tributaries of Brahmaputra in your preliminary examination. Is it clear? So tell what are the tributaries first. Dibang is the name. Then when it enters, first it is joined by Lohit. Then we have Subansri, Dhansri. Can you locate all this? Can you locate Manas? Kindly mark it up. Mark it up now only. Again, I don't know when you will come to Brahmaputra river. We have already completed Indochina issue also. Remember? While taking Indochina issue also, I have talked about Brahmaputra river, that China is constructing a dam near the Arunachal Pradesh border, and even parts of Arunachal Pradesh has been called as southern Tibet by China. We are having problem with China, not only in the Leh Ladakh region, also along the northeastern region, that is in Arunachal Pradesh. They are claiming complete status southern Tibet, and whenever our Indian Prime Minister or President at the highest level of government, if any of them is visiting Arunachal Pradesh, immediately next day China is sending a protest. They are actually protesting against that. Our leadership, any people to go and visit the Arunachal Pradesh. So we need to be very careful with them. The border problem is already there. Yes. So this can be one expected question. Brahmaputra rivers tributaries. Yes. Next topic. Next topic what we have given after this? You have written, huh? Next what topic we have given? Huh? Nobel Prize. Yes. See this Nobel Prize, little basics we will do, then we will enter into the concepts. Is it clear? I don't want to give the names. I will give you, I will make you to write, because not in UPSC. Any other exams, if somebody is going to write, means for them I wanted to give the names. who got the Nobel Prize. Otherwise, UPSC has a long time they have went out of this culture where to ask the facts behind it. That is not going to happen. We can say that with confidence. Yes. So Nobel Prize was instituted in the memory of who? Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel is a scientist. What he has invented or discovered, what he has done? Dynamite. Is it clear? So when he was about to die, he has all his properties he has transferred to a trust, and that trust he has told them to give credit to the people who are engaging in that is coming out with new innovations, inventions. Is it clear? To credit them, this Nobel Prize has been instituted, and it was created first time in 1895. It was created. But the first prize when it was announced, it was in starting from the year 1901. Only from 1901 they started giving the prize. And what you should remember is this Nobel Prize, generally it is not given to any persons who have posthumously. Posthumously means what? Somebody who have died, to them we will generally don't give Nobel Prize. But there are some conditions when, say, Nobel Prize has been announced, but usually the prize will be given in December 10. Is it clear? I think that is the birthday of this Alfred Nobel. In his memory, in his birthday, we try to give the prize on December month. Now we have announced it. Which month? October month. Still how many months is there? 1.5 months. Now after announcing, if somebody dies means, will the prize be given? Yes, it will be given. Is it clear? Yes, although it is not given posthumously. They will not announce somebody who have died already. But somebody who is living now, to them only we will give the Nobel Prize. But after that, if they within that month, if they die means 1 or 2 months, we still give Nobel Prize to them. Is it clear? And this Nobel Prize will be given maximum to 3 peoples. 3 people or any organization. This is the maximum. One prize can be shared by maximum of 3 people. Is it clear? And when it comes to Nobel Prize, we have various categories. Write it, this is very important. We are giving it for physics, we are giving it for chemistry, and then we are giving it for medicine. That is physiology, we say, medicine or physiology. We also give for literature, and then we also give for peace, Nobel Peace. These are 5 things which we have done initially when Nobel Prize was started giving. From 1901, every year we are giving continuously for these 5 categories. But from the year 1968, we started awarding Nobel Prize for economics also. Is it clear? So 5 categories we have, but from 1968, we started adding one more category, that is economics. And who are the people who got Nobel Prize in economics? In India, we have Amartya Sen, mainly for his what policy it is? Welfare approach. In economics, while taking first chapter only, we would have discussed welfare economy. Here, the main perspective is to improve the socio-economic development. Any government which is there should be responsible to improve the conditions of education, health of the people. If you work on the people's welfare, then the nation will progress. That is the theory behind where Amartya Sen was given Nobel Prize. Now, coming here, this Nobel Prize from 1901 we are giving continuously, but in between only 2 times, that is 2 events happened. Only during that time we have not announced Nobel Prize. That is First World War 1914 to 18, and then Second World War from 1939 to 45. Only during this time, 2 time periods, we have not given Nobel Prize. Remaining all the years continuously, every year, we are giving Nobel Prize. Is it clear? Yes. So what they give in Nobel Prize? An award, and then some cash prize, some $5 lakh or $5 lakh something cash prize they are giving. See, most of the prizes here are given by Swedish Academy, and only peace prize is given by Norwegian country. Is it clear? Remember that also. Most of the prizes will be distributed by Sweden. That is, some Royal Society of Sweden is there, who is the one who is in charge of announcing this. But only peace prize will be announced by Norwegian Society. A Norwegian Society is there where they will announce this. So these are some basic things which you need to remember about Nobel Prize. Let's now go into this year Nobel Prize categories. Is it clear? Yes? So for physics, what it is given? Physics. This year Nobel Prize, physics it was given, right? For what purpose it is given? Huh? That is attosecond pulses. Kindly write it one word, then we will understand some basics about it. Attosecond pulses, for that it is given. And for chemistry, yeah, atto, AU or ATT then? Okay. Chemistry, it was given for quantum dots. And for medicine, it is given for the invention of mRNA vaccine, mRNA during COVID times. Literature, it is like they have given to a person from Norway. I will discuss about it. Norway is a person from Norway to whom this year Nobel Prize for Literature has been given, and Peace Prize is given to an Iranian woman. What is her name? Nargis Mohammadi. Nargis Mohammadi. See, in this, from UPSC your examination perspective, if you expect some questions from Nobel Prize, means they may ask you the concept behind MNRA, quantum dots, attosecond pulses. Is it clear? They will not ask you who got Nobel Prize. Is it clear? That you can take it for any bank exam or any general awareness exam or UPSC's assistant commandant or other exams are there, right? To those exams you can read. But when it comes to civil service exam, they will not ask you. But for your safety, if you want to appear for any other exams, for your general knowledge, I will list out the names. So kindly write it. But if you want to appear for UPSC exam only, means don't need to remember. I again tell you very clearly, it's bit complicated. Is it clear? Try to remember using some mnemonics. Mnemonics means what? Some code word. Code word you attach. Yes. First is Nobel Peace Prize. We have written Nargis. Nerges. We have written GIS. Yes, write it. Nargis Mohammad, that is Nargis Mohammadi. This is Nobel Peace Prize. I will list out all the names, kindly write it. Literature, it is John, where is he? John Fosse. JONFOSSC. John Fosse. He is from Norway. Poet. Then chemistry, it was given to 3 persons, that is Mongi G. Bavendi, and then Louis E. Bruce and Alexei Ekimov. You can remember by word MLA code. MLA. Yes, just remember that. That's all. That much is enough. M you remember, Mon is, A is some Alex, L is some Louis Bruce something. So this much you do, it's enough. They will not ask you what to say. They will change the first name, second name and all. Is it clear? That much UPSC will not do. If they do, the moment they will lose their credibility. That much only. So with their trust, we are saying that they will not ask. Yes? So write these 3 names: Mongi G. Bavendi, Louis E. Bruce, Alexei I. Ekimov. So MLA, like she said, MLA, that code only you remember. Then quantum dots. Then we have Nobel Prize for Physics. Physics, you write it. It is given for again 3 persons: Pierre Agostini, Ferenc Krause, and then Annie L. Heulier. So what code word you can say here? Puffa. Sorry, puff. So PAF. However you remember. PAF. Pierre, Frank, Pierre, Frank and Annie. You can remember like that. Second half of their name is bit complicated. So Pierre, Frank and Annie. Yes, this is Nobel Prize for Physics. Then Nobel Prize for Medicine, it is given for two persons. One is Katalin Karikó and Drew Weissman. So Weissman and Katalin and Weissman have got for medicine. This is easy to remember. MLA is code for which one? Physics, Physics. Chemistry, Physics is PUFSA. However, remember, don't get confused, that's all. They generally don't ask, and in mains also if they ask you, they will not ask you to write the names. Is it clear? What is their contribution is going to be very important. Yes, shall we go? Now coming here, so first one, let's try to understand quantum dots. We will try to understand all the concepts one by one. Some concepts we cannot travel too much. Some basic idea we will try to get. First is quantum dots. What is quantum dots? Quantum dots means it is the you are studying that is a material. Is studying a material from which perspective? From nano perspective. Is it clear? That is, you are trying to study the behavior of materials at nano level. Right, I will come to a fresh page. Quantum dots. Properties of material or atom. Any material or atom, you will try to study it at nanoscale. Now, what actually happened is, see, any material, normally our scientist understanding is that, for example, see, any material which is very large, is it clear? Any material which is bit very large and another material which is bit smaller. What we have assumed till now is, they will be having the same properties, is it or not? Might be the size might vary. See, one material is this much size, another material is this much size. Will they vary in their physical chemical properties? Is it clear? Yet usually it won't vary. Is it clear? This is what our understanding was. But what scientists went through research they have found out is, but when you go to the that is nanoscale. What is nanoscale? 10 power minus 9. At a very deeper level, when you look at a materials, those materials at the nanoscale, they exhibit some properties. They exhibit properties. What kind of properties is, those properties are completely different from which one? From what you see at the larger level. Are you getting what I am saying? Some material which is a very larger in size, what properties they exhibit, that is very different when we compare to the materials when we study at nano level. Is it clear what I am saying? So scientists have found out there is a difference in behavior. What difference in behavior? That is, see, for example, scientists have found out that these quantum particles, that is, quantum means it is that level, at that nanoscale when you study a property, the materials with the help of, that is, they will be experiencing quantum effect. So with the help of this quantum effect, they exhibit properties which are different from that is conventional or traditional level. So they exhibit properties which are very different. Are you getting it? What kind of differences? I will give you example. See, for example, you take some material. This material, when it is larger in size, it is let's take the example, it is emitting light. Is it clear? This material, when it is larger in size, it is emitting red color. Now, the same material, when you take it to the nanoscale level, those materials are not emitting red color. What they are actually emitting is at the nanoscale, at nano level, when the size is getting reduced, They are actually, we are finding out they are emitting colors like yellow and blue. Are you getting it? This is something what scientists have found out. That is, there is a big difference in the behavior of the properties of materials at nanoscale. What we have understood till now, there was a big difference. We thought that all the materials will behave same at whatever size they are, but that is not the case. When you go for the reduction in size of the material, the properties what they show, the exhibit is different from when they are larger in size. Are you getting it? This is one thing they have understood. And now after understanding this concept, these scientists they understood what is the reason is because of the like quantum effect only. These properties are, these materials are behaving differently. And now what we can do with the help of these properties, that is that they have used these properties applications today in varieties of LED lighting. LED lighting. And even these quantum dots are actually used in hospital. You would have gone for scanning. Yes, MRI scanning. There also they are using this for scanning, MRI scanners. And then it is also used, this quantum technology, in your solar panels. Are you getting what I am saying? See, suppose a material is bit larger in size, we can use it in some purposes. But when you take the material at very nanoscale, it is behaving very differently, where you can use it for different purposes. Are you getting it? For example, in LED light, to get blue color and yellow color, you go and take the nano level materials, so that it will emit which color? Yellow color, blue color. Are you getting it? So we are using in LED lighting, and these materials can be used to scan MRI images at a very precision level. Then they can also be used in case of solar panels. Kindly write it. This is what UPSC will ask. The application aspect of quantum dots or quantum materials. They are also used in case of solar panels. How it is used in solar panel? What you are having in your solar panel? See, to observe the solar, we are using silicon cells, is it or not? Now if you go for, we can go for, instead of a big silicon cell, now you can go for nanomaterials. And what is the advantage with these nanomaterials is, they will behave more efficiently and differently compared to conventional materials, and through that you can absorb more solar energy. Are you getting it? This is one advantage. And second, it is also used for securing our telecommunication and drugs imaging. Yes, for drugs also, drug imaging. That is, drug imaging means cancer cell. Somebody who is going for treatment of cancer, what you can do, see here, see, if it is their body, they are having some tumor here. Now when you wanted to operate it and remove it, your surgery has to be precise. Are you getting it? You cannot remove the healthy cell. You have to correctly identify which one, the targeted cell, the cancerous cell, only that has to be removed. For that, what we do is, we will give them tablets in the form of which one? That is nanoscale tablets will be given to them. So once they take it, that will have the property to go and attach to the, that is the infected site. So once it gets attached to this site, then what we can do is, we can emit light from that material. Is it clear what I am saying? Once this light is getting emitted, it will be very clear to the doctor which cell needs to be removed. It is that unhealthy cell, cancerous cell, and that can be operated in a better manner. So it will help in imaging, that is, it will help in drug imaging, mainly in case of medicines, and it can also be used in scanners and telecommunication network also. These nanomaterials can be used for better security purposes. Are you getting it? Kindly write this. Application aspect we can expect in exam. Basic concept is very simple. Application aspect only UPSC will ask. Yes? Next one. What are the other things we have seen in Nobel Prize? Then we will discuss about mRNA. We will come to that. Autosecond is very easy concept. mRNA. This is also referred as messenger RNA. Already I have taken in one class the difference between DNA and RNA. Remember? Remember? Huh? At least I have taken, you remember? I know Pakka you would have forgotten the differences. You remember? What are the differences between DNA and RNA? Huh? Nucleotides. What they are made up of? DNA is made up of? That is 4 nucleotides, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. That side you have uracil. In the name that is adenine, guanine, thymine. In the name of thymine we have uracil, that side. Yes, and it is a double helical structure, that is single helical RNA. And so now coming to mRNA, this mRNA, it is referred as messenger RNA. Kindly write it, messenger RNA. Now what we'll do is, suppose let's imagine a person, now he got infected, or like he wants to take up COVID vaccine. Is it clear? Now see, there are so many concepts which are involved in when we go for vaccine. When we go for vaccine, when we wanted to develop a vaccine to cure the various diseases, viral diseases, so what we do is we make use of multiple like approaches. Sometimes we will, that is what we do is we will try to send, for example, in some cases like live virus, live but weakened virus. And then sometimes what we will do, we will send dead virus. Are you getting it what I am saying? Why we are sending it? Because suppose any foreign bodies which is entering our, which one? Human body, any foreign particle, that is foreign particles means virus only I am saying, that is referred as antigen. Any foreign particle which enters human body, that is bacteria, viruses, are referred as antigen. And once it enters our body, in our body we have our natural immune defense system, is it or not? And that will fight against any foreign body which is coming inside and it is affecting you. So our body, in response to that natural defense mechanism, we have white blood cells, and we also have, what are the other things? Platelets. They will actually fight against, they are the defense mechanism for your body. In addition to that, while fighting with the foreign particle, your body will produce something called as antibodies. So to fight against antigens, what you require is antibodies. Is it clear? And if your immune system is very good, your antibodies will be produced in a correct manner, and that will make sure that antigen don't enter your body, or even when it enters, it will be able to fight over it. Are you getting it? This is a normal condition. So now to make a person, see, somebody who is getting infected by COVID means what will happen? Whenever the COVID virus which enters them, it will enter the lungs. Yes. Now that is first it will get attached to the throat, then it will go to the, that is lungs. Now here what will happen is, suppose if the person antibody is very weak in response to the antigen means, then what will happen is it will not be able to fight. And sometimes if the foreign organism which is entering your body, your immune system is unable to recognize also, then that time also antibodies won't be produced properly. So you may get infected by the virus. Now we can, this is a natural mechanism, but we can do this artificially also. Artificially means what? See, now what we do in case of vaccine is, many of you would have taken COVID vaccine, that is co-vaccine, and then what are the other things we had? COVID shield. Majorly everybody would have gone for these two, but in they use different technology. COVID is different, co-vaccine is different. Is it or not? Go and study that. UPSC has already asked a question on vaccine technology in, I think, 2022. Not this year, last year I think they have asked a question on vaccine technology. Now see here, now in these vaccines, when we go for COVID or co-vaccine, what they will do is, in case of live but weakened virus, the virus will be there. Now the virus, COVID virus, they will take it, they will make sure that virus is weakened, so that once it enters your body, it will not infect you. Those viruses will be taken. Are you getting it? And with the help of vaccine, that will be injected in your body. Are you getting it? Once that antigen is entering your body will produce which one? Antibodies. And that is already that is, this weakened virus is already a COVID virus only. So once it enters your body will produce which one? Antibodies in response to that. And these antibodies will be available, and this virus, that is live but weakened virus, will not cause any harm to you. Are you getting it? Now in future, suppose you come across an infected person means, that time if the antigen is trying to enter your body, you don't need to produce antibodies, because the antibodies are already ready. Are you understanding what I am saying? Already antibodies are produced because you have taken COVID injection. That time only your body would have produced the antibodies and that will be available. So it will not even allow any new COVID virus to enter your body first of all. That is the main advantage. Same happens in case of dead virus also. In dead virus, same thing. It will not have any complications for humans because the virus is already dead. The only reason why we are introducing the dead virus is because your body should, that is, it should produce antibodies only to with respect to COVID virus. To identify that antigen, we are introducing dead virus in your body. Are you getting? Are you getting what I am saying? These two. So we do these two, and so today, if you see, today, and even we use some strains of virus also. There is some toxoid method. One more method is called toxoid. That is virus, same. It also works like this. We will take the some properties of the virus and we will try to inject them into the body to produce antibodies. That is a basic principle. But this mRNA concept is completely different. It is different from how we operate normally and COVID vaccine. Is it clear? Now what we do here is, see, now you will inject, once you take the injection, which injection? mRNA. So mostly mRNA vaccines are produced by Moderna, Pfizer. These companies, they produce mRNA vaccine. And now once you take this injection, it enters your body. But what is the main difference between other vaccines and mRNA vaccines is that in case of other vaccines, you are introducing which one? The virus either in a dead form or in a live form but weakened form, or the parts of the virus you will introduce so that your body will respond to by producing antibodies. But here you will not send any parts of the virus, only the virus genetic information, virus genetic code, only that will be sent. Are you getting it? Which genetic code? The code of the COVID virus. That genetic code only will be sent along with the mRNA injection. And now once it enters the body, what will happen is this genetic code will send messages to all your body cells. Your body cells will get a message. What is that message is? Your body cells will be informed to produce antibodies against COVID. Is it clear? Now what we do indirectly, see, directly we don't send any virus here, how we did in case of other vaccines. In mRNA, we do it indirectly with the help of genetic code. This genetic code will go and attach with the cells, and with the help of this genetic code only, they will identify what kind of antibodies can be produced. So our body cells will get the message from mRNA. That is why it is referred as messenger RNA. What message it will give? It will give the message of genetic code. So in response to that, your body will produce the antibodies. So it will, once it gets the message, it will produce the antibodies, and these antibodies will protect your body from any future infection. Are you getting it? Instead of directly sending a virus, here we are sending only the viral genetic code, and with the help of that, your body cells, all the parts of your cells will get message. What message? That you should produce an antibody in response to COVID virus. Once that is conveyed, your cells will operate and produce antibodies. Once your antibodies are produced, means you will not be infected by any COVID virus. Is it clear? This concept is referred as mRNA. Then next one. Autosecond. That is attosecond. See, this is nothing but again it is linked concept of that first one what we have discussed. What is that? Quantum. Related to that only. What is here is, see, you know, in physics you would have studied in school time. That is up to 10 power 15. What is that up to 10 power 15? Forget it. 10 power minus 3 means milli. 10 power minus 6 means micro. And then 10 power minus 9 means nano. And then we have 10 power minus 12 what? Pico. Huh? Okay, whatever you tell me, I will write it here only. Again somebody will get. Tell me the spelling. P-I-C-O. Pico. 10 power minus 15. It is called as femto. Up to that only in physics we used to do, actually analyze the material. Beyond that we thought it's not possible. But in this year in Nobel Prize was awarded, they have went up to the Atto level. Atto level means up to 10 power minus 18. See, what we do is, any material we wanted to study, before we used to analyze at up to the 10 power minus 15, femto level. Now we have the ability to analyze still much deeper, we can look for. Is it clear? That is Atto level. And what is the main thing here is, same manner in quantum nanoparticles, how they behave is same manner. See, your atom consists of which one? Proton and neutron. It consists of proton and neutron, and electrons will, so that is nucleus. Your nucleus will consist of proton, neutron, and electrons will circulate. Electrons will circulate. Now, if the same size of the particle, if it gets reduced, what will happen to electron? Same, how nanoparticles behave, same manner these electrons also behave bit differently. Is it clear? So, if you want to study that, we need to see the movements of these electrons at a very slower level. And how do you do that? If you could make use of attosecond, then you can study the movement or behavior of which one? Movement or behavior of electrons at Atto level. So this is referred as attosecond. Are you getting it? Yes? Very easy concept. UPSC, if they want to ask question, they will ask on quantum dots application or mRNA. mRNA also they have asked already 1 year back. So I expect some question on quantum dots. Already this year I think they asked in prelims one question on quantum technology. Quantum dots are something already they asked in prelims, not the conceptual segment till now or application segment. Quantum dots is, or quantum dot is related to quantum computing. Some 4 options they have given. Go and see the previous year, this year question paper. Yes, next one. Next what they have given, and we will go for Nobel Prize for Peace. Nobel Prize for Peace. So to whom it is given this year? That is Nargis Mohammadi. See, what is most important is for what she has awarded this Nobel Prize is for the mainly the, in case of Iran, what is that movement? Irani hijab movement. Irani hijab movement. What is hijab? Hijab means what? That scarf which women wear. That was compulsory in case of Iran. And anybody who is not wearing that, they were punished and they were kept in prison. And what happened is, one among the women actually was not wearing burqa, that is not burqa, what is that? Hijab. She was kept under prison and later she died also. And to fight for her, this, who is this? Nargis Mohammadi, she actually protested against the Iranian government, and even she was kept under jail for protesting against the Umar. That is protesting, what she has protested is, that is she protested for the human rights and fundamental rights of women. And she also fought against the oppression of women. Oppression means what? Some kind of domination by men in the society, where in Iran. So where they compel women to wear this hijab. To protest that, she fought, and later she was kept under jail. Who? Nargis Mohammadi. And in jail also, she executed this protest against the government, and she got support from various other countries also. Is it clear? So for that purpose, for representing a good cause, she has been given this year Peace Prize. And what is the main success of her movement is, because her movement is getting attention. Today if you see, it is not getting attention not only from which region? Iran, but she is garnering support from London. Many European countries have got inspired. Women who are living in other parts of the world, they also got attracted towards her ideology. Her ideology is woman, peace, liberty. That is woman, liberty or freedom. This is a popular slogan of Irani, that is which movement? Hijab movement. Yes. Next, what is that? Literature. Literature, it is not that much important. It is given for Norwegian, some scholar. So the books they might ask you. Maybe we can give the list of the name of the books. Just write it. Just write the name of the book. There are some 4-5 books which they have given. That is a new name, Septology. This I think it is very lengthy. They may not ask you. I Am the Wind, Melancholy, Boathouse, Dead Dogs. Kindly write it. This they may ask you. Only in preliminary examination a slight chance is there. Yes, it's very factual. It does not carry any understanding. So chances of UPSC asking is minimal. But banking exam, anything IBPSPO, RBI, NABARD, and then KAS exams, FDA, commercial tax inspector is coming this month. Those exams you can surely expect these questions. Only for that purpose I am giving you. UPSC perspective, it's very limited. Is it clear? Have you written? Kindly remember Dead Dog and then Melancholy, Boathouse. That looks bit important compared to other books. So what he has done is he has given voice for the unsayable. Unsayable. What for maybe for dogs he would have given the voice. You have to see. Just check it and tell me what was there in Dead Dogs. So for animals he has written. So he is actually famous for his the way in which he writes is he will be writing with very less word. See here, his style is very simple, minimal, and searing dialogue. So he will write it to the point and very simple. That is one quality with this author. Yes, next one, what we have missed? Physics. Physics, what it is? Physics. Auto science we have covered. Chemistry, quantum dots we have covered. Medicine, mRNA we have covered. Literature we have covered. Peace Prize we have covered. Economics have not done. Okay, fine. Next topic. Break you want? What's the time? 6:30. Still how many topics are there? How many we have covered? Only 2 now. What are they? Methane emissions, smaller topic that is. One more? Just check. Not written. Wait, I will show you here only. See here, what are the topics we have covered? Methane emissions from livestock is left out. Global Innovation Index, both are small topic. You give me 5 minutes, 5 minutes, topic itself will be over and we can wind up the session. If you want me to give break, I am very happy. What do you choose? Okay. So because both are very small topic, we will first go with Global Innovation Index, write it, factual topic, nothing understanding is there. That is Global Innovation Index. What is it? Global Innovation Index. In economics again you will be studying one chapter called Reports and Indices. In economics mains and prelims, very important area. Every year UPSC, if you see in the last some 7 years, if you analyze the UPSC question paper, UPSC what is the habit it had is at a point it was asking every year compulsorily 2 to 3 reports compulsory. Who publishes the report, what report they publish, reports and indices, this topic. Is it clear? And most of the times that question is picked from current affairs only. So on that perspective we are covering this, and this will be useful for your mains also, because Global Innovation Index is published by WIPO. WIPO means World Intellectual Property Organization. Kindly write it. World Intellectual Property Organization. It is headquartered in Geneva. Where is Geneva? Switzerland. Switzerland. Most of the actually international organization headquartered will be in Switzerland only because of the attractive weather. The people, all the leaders, they wanted some relaxing trip. So they will organize meeting in Swiss, nearby Alps mountain. Already I said it is one of the most comfortable weather. Yes. So for that reason they choose Geneva as one destination. Even other organizations also we have given in the past. Go and read, revise it. Whatever we have covered in current affairs, which organizations are located in Geneva, kindly collect it as a separate exercise. Make a notes making on that. So see, and this World Intellectual Property Organization, it is an official organ of UN only. It is an UN specialized agency. It is an organ of United Nations. That is why it is important for UPSC. If it was not the organ, we would not have discussed. Yes, and this report, Global Innovation Index, is not published solely by WIPO. It takes the help of some university. One is Cornell University. I will give that. But remember, it is not solely doing. I will give that in PPT. So, whoever is member of United Nations can come and join WIPO. And if you see in WIPO, totally there are now 193 countries. 193 countries who are members of intellectual property organization. Is it clear? And what do you mean by, what is the main purpose of this intellectual property? What is intellectual property? IP or intellectual property, what is it? You would have heard about something called as, I will give you some examples, patents, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, so many will come. For your understanding, I have given some. So what is intellectual property? Just kindly write a definition or some understanding. See, intellectual property refers to those property which are created with the help of mind or with the help of your innovation. That is, using your brain, you create product and you claim for those product patents, copyrights. That is, you get a license. Since you have come out with that product discovery, you will be given a license to use that product, and anybody apart from you, anybody is using your product means they need to get your permission or they need to pay a licensing fee to you. Is it clear? Why do they pay that? We can give freely, no. See, somebody is inventing something, it is good for everyone, no. Why you restrict others not to do?
Because he has invested also his time, his money, efforts.
Yes.
That is his idea.
Very good. So reason is because they would have invested plenty lot of money for coming out with such discoveries, and just you cannot take that, because India has been doing that when it comes to drugs manufacturing in India. India is known as the medical tourism capital. Chennai is called as medical tourism capital, and India also exports lot of resins to other countries, but we end up doing most of these medicines we supply, they are manufactured through reverse engineering. What is reverse engineering? You take a drug from other country, open it, see what are the ingredients, and you get the license to manufacturing here. In WTO chapter, again in economics, you will be studying something called as compulsory provision. That is, compulsory provision is a criteria where any country in emergency time, they can temporarily override the intellectual property licenses. They don't see, for example, in COVID time, if you want to give for cancer any particular medicine, and that medicine will be normally very costly, and during that time people will find it difficult to pay. So in case of any kind of like such emergency situation, we will be giving, our Indian government will give permission to any company who are ready to manufacture at a very less cost. For example, one cancer drug which USA company has manufactured before, some 12 lakhs or 25 lakhs, that one medicine. But India made it to 1/10 of its price when we manufactured it, when we gave license to some company to use the same ingredients to manufacture in India under compulsory provision. Is it clear? So why we give that? Because we wanted to, at the end of the day, the safety of the people is important, so their lives needs to be protected. So for that time, temporarily we can override patents and copyrights. Is it clear? In WTO chapter you will read separately, leave it. But now coming to this point, Global Innovation Index 2023 this year, India's rank is very important, because India has been ranked around 40. India's rank is 40 from around 132 countries. Only 132 countries participated in the survey. In that, India got a rank of 40th rank, and this shows our research and innovation atmosphere in India. So India, if you see just some 2015, some 8 years back, that time India was ranked around 80th rank. Now we have almost reached to 40th rank, and if you see the top 5 countries, who are the top 5 countries? Countries like Singapore, Switzerland, USA, UK, those countries have ranked in the top 5 ranks in which one? In Global Innovation Index. I will show you the image. I have the image, it will be more understandable. This one image is enough. Just write it. That is India's rank is 40. Write this. This is very important topic. Kindly write it only for prelims. In mains also you can use in your answer writing. Yes, innovation index. When you talk about research and development, say that India is been now called innovation achiever. Write this. Very important. Because we have improved now. See here, 2015 our rank was around 81. Today almost like it is a big progress. See here, what are the things important is this index is published annually. First write it. Some points only you need to remember. Don't write everything what we have given. This is a report which has been published every year. First write it annually. And who publishes it? That is global. It is published by WIPO. That is World Intellectual Property Organization. Along with that, some coronal university is there. One university. It is taking the help of them too. And one more organization is INSERT. INSEAD, INSEAD, and Coronal University, and then WIPO. Kindly write it. These three people are involved in publishing Global Innovation Index, not just WIPO. Kindly write it. They can ask you in exam, in prelims exam, because everybody will think only WIPO is the one which is involved in Global Innovation Index, and India's rank is much better. But what you need to remember is the top 5 country. First rank is Switzerland. I said Singapore, no? Singapore is 5th rank. First is, that is European countries are, especially Scandinavian countries, we say, they have a very good, which one, research atmosphere. Even when our Nobel Prize one time that for biology it was given to Venkatramana in the past, he was also doing research where in Britain, right? Britain. He was doing some research on DNA, related to DNA in Britain. Because most of the European countries, they have very good laboratory facilities and they provide stipends and latest technologies which helps people to come out with very good research. In India, we need to improvise it. Even yesterday I was talking with one student, one of our student who is preparing for this exam only. The problem is he was telling me like what challenges he faced when he wanted to do PhD. He has done PG, but he wanted to do PhD, but he was complaining about the system which was prevailing in India where they will not get any funds on time to execute a project, and he was looking to go outside India to continue that research, but he has chosen a civil service as a career option now. But what I am telling is the atmosphere in India needs to be improved. It is that, see, rank is improving, but what really we need is, we cannot be proud about this rank, because now you say that India is 5th economical power, economical superpower in the world. Economically, we are in a better position. So our GDP, we are not investing properly on the R&D. Is it clear? So this needs to be improved. That is one thing. Kindly remember the top 5 countries: Switzerland, Sweden, USA, UK, Singapore. That is, remember that European countries are placed first. Switzerland, second is Sweden. That is Scandinavian country. We say Norway, Sweden, Finland. They provide even for their citizens free internet also. If you go and settle in Norway or Sweden, they will not only give you free internet, they will also give you, if you go for childbirth, government will pay you money. Every month you will get a money to manage your family. So such kind of countries prevail. So who take care of the people in a better manner. Is it clear? So that is also one reason why Indians now started shifting to many countries across the world. So it is 40th rank. And here, what you should remember is, write this, what are the areas India should improvise is on infrastructure development, business and institution. So we need to improve our lab infrastructure. See, in India, the lab infrastructure is not good to do research. And business sophistication and institutions. Research institution also is there. We cannot say that no institution are there. Lot of national premier institutions are there. IAS Bengaluru is one among them. Leading researcher in India, it is also one among them. But we need government to allot more funds to people who want to do research, and more technology, latest technologies should be given, good lab facilities should be given. Only then we can come out with improve the research culture in India, because the number of patents which is filing in India is still needs to be improved. Is it clear? India is filing patents. in few areas only, but there are many areas where India can still improve when it comes to patent filing. Is it fine? Next topic, last topic, what is that? Methane emission. Yes. Methane emissions from livestock. See, this article why we are discussing is recently some report came, a report that is published by FAO, I think. I will show you the report only. Yes, yes. Methane emissions, FAO. Yes, write the name of the report. That is, FAO's report is methane emissions in livestock and rice system. Is it clear? Why I am discussing is, every time in UPSC prelims, environment is very, very important, and most of the environmental questions are picked from newspapers only, not from your other areas where standard textbooks, not there they are picking. Majorly 75% questions are picked from current affairs segment, and here whatever happens related to environmental organizations, reports, animal species, you should keep your alertness to the highest level, because chances of UPSC repeating the same question is very high. Is it clear? And methane, you know very well, it's one of the greenhouse gas. Is it or not? What is greenhouse gas? First of all, greenhouse gas, global warming. So write the name of the report. I will discuss that. Methane emissions in livestock and rice system. This is the name of the report which FAO has published. So what they are telling is, methane where it is emitting more in the world. To our surprise, majorly where it is coming majorly from that is paddy field, and then what are the other areas? Any guesses? How methane is generated? Huh? That is from methane is generated from livestock, that is livestock management, that is cow. Then it is generated from paddy fields. It is also generated from, in case of that is land filling site, anaerobic condition, it will be generated, landfills. And it is also generated from any, what are the other things you can say, mining area. While doing mining, from that caves, gas will be generated, it will be released. That is, so that can be, that they can also release, which one? Methane. Any other? So majorly among these areas, methane is released. So what is the basic principle? Whenever in anaerobic condition, how in agricultural field methane is generated? Because your paddy field in anaerobic condition. What do you mean by anaerobic condition? In the absence of oxygen, under anaerobic condition, in the paddy agricultural field, they will release methane into the atmosphere. Now what is the problem is, methane is considered to be, I will give the fact also, 80 to 90 times more dangerous than carbon dioxide. Because we know very well, carbon dioxide is one of the, which one? Greenhouse gas. Now when you come to methane, it is comparatively more dangerous than carbon dioxide, because what is the greenhouse gas? What they do when they are emitted from Earth's atmosphere? What they will do? They will see, for the incoming radiation will come 100% to the Earth's surface. But that outgoing radiation, when it wants to escape, they will not allow it. What they will do? They will re-emit it back. So because of re-emitting, our lower atmosphere will get more temperature. And this is referred as global warming. And this will lead to climatic change in the world, which we have seen in that which one? Glacier lake outburst, where whenever there is a global warming, glacier will melt and that will cause that is various effects. Is it clear? So methane is coming from plenty lot of resources, but in this report what they have highlighted is primarily it is coming from these two areas. And here what is a worrying sign is among the countries which are emitting more methane emissions, India is also coming under that. Why India? Because India is engaged in lot of rice production, and for this purpose in the climatic change meeting every year which happens in the month of December, that is UNFCCC meeting, you would have heard about it, that is United Nations Framework Conference on Climatic Change. Related to these organizations I will take separately, because in another 1 month the meeting will happen. That time we will go into deeply into the history of UNFCCC. Now coming here, so in those meetings always what happens is climate talks happens regarding countries should take the responsibility to reduce greenhouse gas emission. And most of the times if you see here we have two categories of people. One is developed countries, another is developing countries. And most of the times the developing countries, they say that starting from the time period from industrial revolution in which year? 1770s, roughly from that time period to till now, the developed countries have used maximum carbon dioxide. What they did, they have emitted lot of carbon dioxide. So today they are coming and saying developed countries should reduce the carbon dioxide emissions. See, for any country's development, they require which one? Energy to be produced, coal energy, and in India, majority of our energy is derived from coal, thermal energy. And we cannot completely shift our energy resource to renewable today, because still we have we are completely dependent upon which one? Coal and other energy resources, where which we emit carbon dioxide. But in UNFCCC meeting, what developed countries are saying is that both developed and developing countries should go for reducing the greenhouse gas emissions, especially like carbon dioxide, methane. And in that what they criticize India is also one of the most dangerous greenhouse gas emitter. That is which one? Methane. You are cultivating rice, don't cultivate rice. Is it clear what India could say? It is for our food security, is it or not? So for our food security we need to work on this. But India, if you see today, we are actually trying to have some grip over the emissions which are released from that is methane emissions which are happening, because we are getting more pressure not only at the UNFCCC as well as through these various FAO reports. Is it clear? And we know very well methane is more dangerous than carbon dioxide, and every country should try to reduce it. But what India is saying is, see, there is a difference between developed and developed countries, that we call it as common but differentiated responsibility, CBDR. Very, very important. See, you don't treat developed countries and developing countries as one. Is it clear? You have used all the carbon space in the atmosphere, and today we are having only limited space. And that you are coming and saying you don't use carbon dioxide for development means how will our country progress? Are you getting it? So countries like India, they wanted to go for rice because here food security, poverty, everything is related to that. Is it clear? Many of the small marginal farmers are involved in agricultural activity, and it provides occupation to 50% of people roughly even today. So you cannot say that you stop rice production and go for other. Our geographical conditions supports us to go for rice cultivation. Is it clear? So, but what we can do, that is how we can reduce our emissions which are coming from these areas. That is what India is seriously concerned about, and we are trying to do our best. What we are doing is, see, first thing, what we can do, paddy fields, the way you cultivate paddy. Can you tell me how you generally cultivate paddy? See, there are two ways you can cultivate paddy. I will tell you. One is you directly go and sow the seed. What is sowing the seed? This is your agricultural field. You just plug the field and you spray the seed. That is, you will spray the seed and you will then if rain happens means it will come out. Is it clear? This is direct sowing method. Another method is there. What is that? Transplantation. Yes, what we do in transplantation? We will try to grow the paddy in nurseries. Nurseries means what? In some place. And then once it attains the height, then we will transfer that paddy directly to the agricultural land. Is it clear? Now, what scientists are saying is that, see, there are two varieties here. One is normal method, another is transplantation method. Now, in transplantation method is comparatively will release that is lesser methane emissions, like that scientists are saying. Why means, here if you apply seeds, you have to, how the rice field will be? Rice field will be like that only. Always rice requires which soil? Clay soil. And clay soil is impermeable. What is impermeable? It will not allow water to penetrate very easily. Is it clear? Permeable means it will allow. Clay is impermeable because the pores are very closely packed. Are you getting it? Very close, less space is there. Water cannot penetrate very easily to the ground level. Leakage will be very less. So water will stagnate. And in stagnated field, always anaerobic conditions will prevail and methane will be generated. Is it clear? Now we need to not go for this stagnating water field. You need to reduce it at least. How you reduce it? If you go for transplantation, it can be reduced. Is it clear? So we are trying to encourage that. And there is one more method which is called as system of rice intensification, SRI. SRI. This is also like transplantation, but here not transplantation, this is direct sowing. But here what we do is we will try to see, between very closely we will try to plant all the seeds in system of rice intensification, so that yield will be more, and in less area only you will be getting, what to say, more yield can be increased. Means then what is the main thing, that emissions can be, see, before very less crop was used and it was emitting more. Now you use more crop and that is leading to same emissions, means, so your efficiency will improve or not when it comes to releasing methane. Is it clear? So we are preferring this SRI method. Are you getting it? In addition to that, at the global level, final thing, after this we'll release, that is final thing what we have is, global level we have something called global methane pledge. Global methane pledge. Kindly write it, very important. But one thing is, this particular global methane was, there is a pledge where it has been pledged by various countries, that what they are targeting is by 2030. By 2030, they wanted to reduce 30% methane emissions from 2020 levels. Comparing to the 2020 level, in the next 10 years, many countries, where they have pledged here, in the UNFCCC meeting at, that is Glasgow meeting, that is, it happened in the year, that is in the year 2021. In this UNFCCC meeting only, many countries they have agreed to reduce the methane emissions. But one thing what you should understand is, India is not a member of this pledge. India did not join, because India is one of the largest emitter, and we go and commit something, tomorrow it will be problematic for our Indian farmers. So we have to be very careful. So India did not participate on global methane pledge. This is one thing. In addition to that, to control methane, we are also having other things. I will show you here. That is Harit Dara, write it. This is our Indian government is doing. Harit Dara means, what we do is, methane is also emitted from the livestock. Livestock means what's cow? Cow dung. From cow dung methane is coming. Yes. And now see, the dung which is excreted by the cow, its qualities can be changed. By how we can change it means, with the help of what kind of feed which you are giving to the cow. Is it clear? Because cows contain some kind of microbes in their stomach. Is it clear what I am saying? That microbes only is involved in digesting the food items. And what is the problem here is, those microbes which are digesting the cow's food, it is having properties of which one? Methane emission. Now what we are trying to change is, we are giving the cow some feed which will not contain any methane. Is it clear? What is that? We will actually give cattle, that is anti-methanogenic feed. Write it, very important. What is Harit Dara means? Methanogenic means what? It is some bacteria, methanogenic bacteria will produce methane. So we are now excluding that methane characteristics in the feed. So that cow feed, if it is improved, then that excreta will not contain methane emissions, scope for methane emissions, or it can be reduced. So we need to work on the quality of feed which we are giving on the cow, and that is done using which one? Harit Dara scheme. Just write this, this is not required. Again we will cover in some other topic. This one, national mission. And what you can write is Bharat Stage 6 norm I have already covered. Remember, what is Bharat Stage 6 norm? What is Bharat Stage 6 norm? What is Bharat Stage norms?
Vehicle,
Huh?
engine types like
Engine?
emission,
What emissions?
carbon dioxide,
Car.
greenhouse gas emissions.
Why? Specifically I talked about two gases. What are they? NO2, SO2. Fully forgotten. From Bharat Stage 4 we skipped Bharat Stage 5 and went directly to Bharat Stage 6. Remember? See, you should read. If I keep repeating those things, no, already we are running out of time in covering the topics. I wanted to cover as many areas as we can in the current affairs class. But see, the thing is, whenever we cover a topic, make sure you try to revise that. Don't try to forget it. Is it clear? Only few things. Concept clarity at least you should say. Bharat stage norms are just implemented to reduce the emissions into the atmosphere like particulates matter, NO2, SO2. Is it clear? For that only we have implemented. Now, one more important thing in global level is Mars, you write it. Mars. One we have talked about is methane pledge. Second is methane alert response system, that is Mars. Mars, what we do is we will, with the help of that is satellite images, we will detect the methane emissions. That's all. So these two are important. This is not that much important. These two are important. Mars and global methane pledge. Global methane pledge, kindly remember India is not a member. Don't include India as a member. They may confuse you in prelims questions. Yes, and don't forget India's scheme. What is India's scheme? Haridata. What is that? Haridata. That is through better anti-methanogenic feed which we are giving, we are trying to change the digestion pattern of the cow so that methane emission will be very less. Is it clear? Yes. So you will be getting this PPT. Go through it. Any topics you have doubt? Leave me, sir. We have to go.
South China Sea.
Tell me.
11-9 dash.
Why means, see, any concept is there, I am happy to say. See, initially, what China was doing is, it was claiming that South China Sea, as once it got independence in 1947 only, it started claiming up to 1953 11-dash line. And that time when other countries recognized it, no, see, there that time, they actually they started telling that particular areas has been part of their ancestral maritime rights. That is what still China is saying. We have been shipping in this area for lot of time, and today you are coming and saying it belongs to you and it comes in your exclusive economic zone like that. But it is like there is no concept involved. I will look into that, why they named from 11-dash to 9-dash. But their approach is that they consider that it has very deep historical right, and they actually first time when they demarcated only, they have included all those islands, Spratly, Parcel, and then which are the other ones? Scarborough Shoal. I will look into that. Any other doubts? No, doubts is not at all there. Any topics you want me to take, at least tell me. Current affairs, sir, I am reading, sir, newspaper, but some topics I am not able to get correctly. Do you feel anything somewhere? If you feel means, that means you are reading newspaper. So only I am asking you. Are you getting any doubts? Kindly read newspaper. You will get lot of doubts. The thing is, don't do research in UPSC. Stay to the level what is required for exam and what is not required. Nobody teaches here what is not required. Everybody will teach everything is important, but you should know what is the don'ts. Beyond that, what should not be read. So we try to see how we cut-shorted the Nobel Prize. I can try to make you to remember the names. At the end of the day, it is going to be meaningless. One thing what we know very well is they are not going to touch the domain. So for that purpose, those are the things which you should learn in current affairs class, so that when you read newspapers, don't try to remember all those things. Is it clear? Yes, any other topic you want me to take, tell me. Any subject you concentrate in. Online students, they were requesting me to take lot of international relations. So for them, we are every time we are doing international relations, but in online separate videos we have started. CED series, watch that also. It will be there in our playlist. Every day one current affairs video will come. It is a issue based series. You are watching, good. So others have not even heard the name. Kindly watch. It is for, so yesterday we have covered plenty lot of, till now 10 series is over. First video what we made for CAD series only came this year mains exam, Chandrayaan. I was even in a current affairs class, I said I am expecting one question on space technology. Chandrayaan 3 when we took in current affairs class, same question came. So the idea of the series is from examination perspective, only those topics will be covered. Is it clear? So watch that, it will be every day some 20 to 30 minutes series. And weekly current affairs, I wanted you to be a bit participative. Kindly bring Atlas. Atlas is mandatory. Is it clear? You will get to know. See, at least now we made our footprints in all the continents in current affairs class. Have you made? Yes? Only this Arctic and polar regions, Antarctic, I am waiting. Maybe any climatic change issue when it comes, we will surely touch those zone also. We will not leave it. But our idea is we should be aware. You should not get fear when you go to map. Always have love for the subject, whatever you study. Only those things you can remember. Are you getting it? See, that Nobel Prize I was trying to remember. I don't want to take the name, but I know it's not important for UPSC. But still, there are some things if you like, you can remember in life. Only things which you do with interest, you can remember that. A lot of facts we have been giving. Don't give maximum importance to that. Keep more focus on concept clarity. When your concept is good, anytime you can remember the fact. If you give some effort, you can remember. But concept, you should read it very properly. Is it clear? So any other, tell me. I am waiting. At least one person, any topic you tell me, I am ready. I am telling I am ready to take topic on any subject. You give me some topics or subject. Women, we have covered now. You want me to take, I will do. For online at least. Already we have covered, but some constitutional provisions I have not covered. That time when we took women's reservation bill, that is the second or third day when the bill was launched. So we did not get many articles, opinions, but now plenty has came. It has been now overused. Content is overflowing for women's reservation bill. But surely UPSC in essay or GS paper 2 related to women's reservation bill in mains you can expect a question. In prelims they will not ask you. We can tell that very clearly. Yes? Any other subject you want me to take? You want me to take economics, current affairs? We are trying to do. Economics I have not consciously touched because once we enter, we are also planning to start some in economics, current affairs, series, weekly current affairs, economic series for our YouTube. Like for YouTube, it will be recorded, not for offline. So you can follow this weekly economic current affairs because that is something, it is, I keep telling, no, economics, environment, science and tech, all these subjects are purely current affairs. Only their questions are picked. So if you go and read today, get this PPT, you want me to make any videos, you can comment on the video below. I will see that and I will prepare on that and we will come up with the class. I wanted the class to be participative. It is not that I come here, give some lecture and you go. It should not be like that. I wanted your participation. There are lot of areas you might think like we should know more. Maybe like in online they have asked me to take on Indo-Sri Lankan relation. I am working on that. That by one video we will do. Likewise, I want from you also, start reading newspaper. That is when you will get more queries. Is it clear? Fine. We'll meet then in next session. Bye. Yeah, thank you.